It's time for Maggie and the Moms, sponsored by Tampa General Hospital. Welcome to Maggie and the Moms, where we celebrate but never sugarcoat parenting. We welcome to our Moms panel today Danielle Bayard-Jackson. She is a mother of one, but very soon to be two children. She is also a friendship coach who teaches women about the power of social and business connections on DanielleBayardJackson.com. Margaret Zakarian is a mother of three, as well as a producer and entrepreneur who has launched, among other things, a monthly newsletter with her husband, celebrity chef Jeffrey Zakarian. If you would like recipes for good food and a good home life, sign up to receive MZ and GZ on JeffreyZakarian.com. And Stephanie Shepard, she is a mother of two and the woman behind GreatLifeIsAMust.com, which we love because it is all about women's empowerment. Ladies, welcome back. Good to have you all here.
Nice to be here.
We are going to start with a question. Does your teen or tween have a case of the fines? How was school today? Fine. How was lunch? Fine. Everything is fine. If so, a clinical psychologist who was quoted in an article on ScaryMommy.com says that's actually normal and good. Your kids, when they get older, they don't want to be hanging all over you anymore. They want us to be sort of potted plant parents where we fade into the background, but we're there if they need us, and they will come and talk to us at their own time and on their own terms. Do you agree with that?
So I don't have tweens or teens yet, but it's funny how I feel like even at such a young age, mine are just 4 and 6, and I kind of feel like they're already giving me that I'm fine energy. So I don't know if it's something that is just like we just all kind of naturally do, just even starting early, but I kind of probe them still, so I don't ask just how was school or how was, this or that. I have to ask them questions, did anyone dance today? Did you guys sing today? What did you do today? And even my son at 4, his thing is, I don't remember. That's his fine. And I'm like, there's no way you don't remember any part of your day, so I still kind of just try to probe them even at that young age, but just hoping that as they get older, then maybe we won't be in, that stage of the fines for their whole entire, teenage years. Because, it's definitely, you feel like you're shut out when they give you that.
It's so good to know I'm not the only one who gets the I don't remember, because my husband and I are so frustrated by that. We're like, is he lying to us? Is there something he's not telling us on purpose?
Yes.
But, maybe they really don't remember. I don't know. Margaret, does it happen to you?
Yes, and I have a few different age ranges, but with the little guy, I try to, instead of saying, how was school today, I try to ask like a more direct question, like, what was the grossest thing at lunch today? And that will like erupt a funny reply, or what was the funniest thing that happened at school today? So asking some different questions I think helps. And the older ones, I find one-on-one time and doing something a little more adult together, like a nice meal out or a dinner maybe a little later than we normally would out, suddenly a lot comes out. So that's a good one.
You have teeny guy and a new one on the way. How will you handle this? Because it's going to happen.
Yeah, I have a toddler now, but as a former high school teacher, I saw a lot of those grunts and the fines, and to kind of echo what you said, I've noticed that whenever there's some kind of activity happening that serves as the backdrop to the conversation, they become more prone to share, as opposed to you're sitting across from the table or they feel like they're being formally grilled. And so sometimes offering that distracting social backdrop kind of encourages them to open up a little bit more.
That's a really good suggestion. I find that the ride home from school, it often gets me nowhere. My son doesn't have a case of the fines, he has a case of the goods, but it's basically the same thing. So kind of on the way home from school, I let them decompress, but we do create opportunities where there's nothing else to do but talk. Like dinner, no TV, all 4 of us together, no matter what. And we go, how was your day? What was the best part of your day? What was the worst part of your day? Tell me something good that happened today, so that one-word answers are not an option. That's how we tackle it. All right, topic number 2, we are going to Ask the Experts, a segment that we love. Today we've enlisted the help of a teacher. Her name is Tara Payer. She teaches middle school at Christ the King Catholic School, and we just asked her some common questions that parents might have for teachers. She's going to tell us from her perspective what the answer is, but I want to hear from your perspective what you think the answer is. Okay, a former teacher can weigh in first.
Oh goodness, I'll do my best.
How many minutes, Danielle, should a child read per day? Is it A, sorry, my glasses, A, 30 minutes, B, 20 minutes, or C, 10 minutes?
I'm going to say 30 minutes to get the full experience.
All right.
That's my guess.
Okay, what do you think, Margaret?
Is this middle school age?
Yeah.
I think 20. I'm going to go 20 because 30, sometimes attention may not creep there. If it's a high school student, definitely 30. 10's too little.
Okay, so she's in the middle.
So I'm going 20 because in my head I was thinking 15. So 20, we'll just land there.
20. Okay, so we have two 20s and two 30s. I thought 30. I thought that 10 and 20 were not enough. You just kind of start to get into it at 20.
Right.
So I think it's better than nothing, but my guess is 30 is probably best. Let's see, is the answer A, 30 minutes, B, 20 minutes, or C, 10 minutes, Tara?
The answer is A, 20 minutes per day.
Ooh, I made a
Kids who
mistake.
read 20 minutes per day are exposed to 1.8 million words of text each year. Reading 20 minutes a day helps kids develop and strengthen their reading stamina, and the goal is that as they get older, they'll want to independently read even longer than that. Reading 20 minutes a day also helps kids make the reading and writing connection, and that helps them grow as both readers and writers.
All right, so 20 minutes is correct. Let's go to question number 2. When it comes to a child's progress or behavior, teachers, like parents, to A, check in weekly or as often as necessary, B, assume the teacher will let you know if there's a problem, or C, wait for parent-teacher conferences to discuss issues. Let's start with you again.
I'm going to say A, on a regular basis. That way you can show a little initiative and also kind of keep the lines of communication open if the teacher wants to share with you. So I'm going to go A.
Margaret.
I'm going to say B. I think giving a little space, especially in those teen years. And if there's an issue, I expect the teacher to reach out.
Okay, what do you think,
And
Stephanie?
I'm going with A because my experience has been that the teachers don't say anything until I say something. So just because I am the mother that I am, I want to know, like, is my daughter acting up in class or is she not? So yeah, I'm going with A.
I would say my dream answer is A, and luckily I've had teachers who have encouraged me to check in whenever necessary. Let's see if teachers really do like that. Tara.
The answer is A. Check in weekly or as often as necessary. It doesn't benefit anyone to let questions fester, and open lines of communication are key. One thing that parents and teachers always share is the goal of having the student succeed. When we say, don't hesitate to reach out, I promise that we really do mean it.
Good. Good to know. All right, another one. Number 3. Oh, this is a fun one. What are the most common reasons that kids give for not doing homework? Is it A, I got home too late from my extracurricular, my baseball game, band practice, whatever. B, I forgot. Or C, I did it but left it at home.
I'll tell you what I heard in the classroom was letter C. So I don't know if that's the answer, but I'm going to go with, oh, I did it, but I left it.
Okay.
I'm going to go with A. I have too much. I had games, I had this, I had that.
Yep. What about you, Stephanie?
I'm going with C. I think that's the least, like, you just didn't do your work. You know, you probably would get in the least trouble if I did it, but I just left it at home, you know.
I've heard all 3 in my house, but I think maybe C as well. Let's see the most common reason according to Tara.
The answer is B, I forgot. I want to demonstrate grace to my students because I know that I often need people to share grace with me. I also want to show them responsibility, and I also want to help them develop their executive functioning skills, which we're developing all the way into our 20s. And those include planning and executing the plans. So I want to encourage kids to be proactive, write things down in their agenda, set reminders on their phones if they have them, so that they don't forget to do what they are called to do.
Very good. So now we know. Tara Payer from Christ the King Catholic School, thank you for being part of our segment today. All right, ladies, are you ready for the wheel?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's spin and see what our first topic on our Wheel of Mom Topics is today. Did you know? Okay, something that you as a mom know and think that other moms should know as well. Let's start with you, Stephanie.
Ooh, this one's kind of a joint effort almost with my husband. So we figured out the secret to getting your kids to bed early on the weekends is if they share a room, or even if they don't and they just want to for the weekend, send them in together like 6:30, 7, and just tell them to have talk time and just leave them. And eventually they will talk and then they'll get sleepy and they'll go to bed, but they're out of your hair for an early weekend celebration with your spouse. So.
Beautiful.
Do you lock the door from
No, they just stay in there. They want to talk and chat. They don't even come out.
That's so nice.
Good
That's
one.
Great.
Margaret.
That's great. Okay, so mine has to do with cooking. You should really not keep your spices longer than 12 months. So if you're really looking for your family to love your food, every 12 months, clear out your spice cabinet and refresh.
Nice. You know what I do sometimes? I put the date with a Sharpie that I bought it because I don't remember how old they are.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So I've done that. What do you do?
One thing we've noticed to kind of encourage a love for reading is these days you can get anything personalized on Amazon, and there are all these books now that you can get personalized, and they show your kid's face, and it's got his or her name in the actual story, and that kind of increases engagement. So that's been our little hack to encourage him to read more and to really love the experience.
I like that.
That's a great one.
Yeah. Okay, so since October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I thought I would give some facts that I just learned from Abigail Beard. She is from Tampa General Hospital, a doctor there who wants everyone to go out and get a mammogram. So she says, did you know that you should ask for a 3D mammogram when you go get yours? It's better than the traditional 2D. The next thing she suggested is, of course, self-exams are important, but she says 2 weeks after the end of your menstrual cycle is the ideal time when your hormones are the lowest. So ladies, now you know. All right, we have a quick one left, so let's try to get one more in. Our second topic today, friend or foe. All right, quickly tell me one quality, you would know, our friendship coach, that you see in a friend or that you would see in a foe.
I think one quality you would see in a foe is anyone who embarrasses you or insults you in public. So especially when you're out with others, if they're making any efforts to shame you or have you feel small, that's definitely something to kind of perk your ears up to.
Okay, and a friend?
And a friend, somebody who follows through. So if they say they're going to do something, they actually do it, because reliability is really important.
Okay, Margaret?
That's so nice. I like to really listen to stories and conversation. So I think it can alert you to if it's a friend or a foe. So what kind of things that they're telling, or memories or stories? Is it something that's funny about someone else, or maybe was hurtful to someone else? Or is it something that aligns with your values? Is it championing something, or was it a volunteering effort? So looking to align your values through conversation.
Very good.
Yeah, if I'm talking to my kids about it, I definitely kind of lean on a friend would be someone that is, you know, trusting and they're kind most of the time to you. And then a foe would be someone that just always does things that you don't like. So for me, I think they're just, you know, mean, or just you always have to tell them, I don't like that, don't do that, stop that. Like maybe they're not your friend.
My gauge is my gut. How do I feel after I hang out with that person? If I feel great and better about myself and happier, that's a friend. If I have a not so good feeling or feel worse than when we started, I think that's a foe. Vicky Kickerong. Ladies, thank you. Great having you here.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, my pleasure. And we will be right back.